After tackling the scares of coronavirus and the monkeypox virus, India is again seeing the scares of a new virus, popularly known as tomato flu or tomato fever in India. So before starting, let us first look at few of the pictures that how the tomato flu or the tomato fever looks like, and it has nothing to do with tomato, because it is just that the blisters which are caused because of the tomato flu or tomato virus, when they grow big, they take a shape of tomato and looks very red in color, and that is why this is called tomato flu or tomato fever, but it has nothing to do with tomato. So these are the pictures of the red blisters which happens in the body of a child or of a person, and this is how the tomato flu or tomato fever looks like. So now let us look at the timeline of the video. First, we will be looking at the news. Then what is tomato flu? Why is the infection spreading? And then which pathogen is causing it, the career, then about the treatment and preventive measures. In the end, we will be looking into a prelims MCQ and a mains practice question. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, health section. And from exam perspective, it has been seen that questions related to virus has been asked in the UPSC preliminary exam before. So from exam, you should be able to know that tomato flu is caused by which virus, what are the preventive measures that one needs to take, and then what are the symptoms, and is there any vaccine which has been made available for tomato flu or virus. Now let us look at the news, and this news has been taken from the explained section of Indian Express, and it says, what is tomato flu and the enterovirus that may be causing the outbreak. So there are two components. First, what is tomato flu, and second, what is that enterovirus which is causing the tomato flu. So now let us look at the news, and this says that recently what has happened is the cases of tomato flu has been reported from at least 4 states of India, and that is Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Haryana and Odisha. And Kerala was the first state in which the cases of tomato flu or tomato fever was reported, and till now more than 50 cases has been reported in India. So seeing the scares of the virus which is like moving fast and spreading fast, the Union Health Ministry has issued a set of guidelines on prevention, testing and treatment of the infections. And according to researchers, different clinical presentation of hand, foot and mouth disease. So the researchers are saying that tomato flu or tomato fever is another name or is almost same as the hand, foot and mouth disease, and it is caused by a group of enterovirus. So what is the enterovirus? Why is it called an enterovirus? They are called enterovirus because viruses that are transmitted through the intestine of a person's body. So if when the virus is transmitted through the intestine, then it is called enterovirus. So the important points that becomes is that they are clinically similar to hand, foot and mouth disease, and it is caused by a group of enterovirus. These two are important prelims facts. Now coming to what is tomato flu or popularly known as tomato flu or tomato fever. So what are its symptoms, that when is it thought that okay, the tomato flu has occurred in a person's body. So they are fever, joint pain, red and tomato like rashes, and tomato flu is more prone to children who are below the age of 5 years. Very important prelims fact that children below the age of 5 years are more prone to tomato flu. Then apart from fever, joint pain and red rashes, the other symptoms are viral fever such as diarrhea, dehydration, nausea, vomiting and fatigue. And researchers are saying that it is hand, foot and mouth disease which is caused by enteroviruses like Coxsackie virus A6 and A16. Again, a very important prelims point that tomato flu or hand, foot and mouth disease are caused by which enterovirus? So they are caused by Coxsackie virus A6 and A16. So these become important points from exam perspective. It can be asked that which enterovirus is responsible for causing tomato flu or hand, foot and mouth disease. Now let's look at that why the infection is spreading in India. So now it has been seen that after the outbreak of COVID-19, people have become more alert and even the health ministry has become more alert. Now people are going to doctors more often and tests are conducted on regular basis. So more attention is being given on the infection because more cases are being reported this year as compared to previous. Then more vigilant about viral infections and testing after COVID-19 as testing is increasing. Then testing for viral infections has increased over time and especially after the COVID-19, and virology labs are also being set up across the country, and researchers are also saying that one of the major reasons can also be that schools have now reopened after a long break and students are going to school on regular basis, so there are more chances of the tomato flu spreading. Now which pathogen is causing the tomato flu? Now currently the hand, foot and mouth disease cases are mainly caused by Coxsackie virus A6 and A17. But apart from this, the enterovirus 71 has also caused tomato flu, but not very prevalent. It means on very minimal basis. Then it has led to severe neurologic symptoms including fatal encephalitis and brain inflammation. And it has been seen that around 99.9% cases the disease is self-limiting. So the disease limits itself. You do not have to go out much. Then small number of cases, it can also lead to CNS. And what is CNS? CNS stands for Central Nervous System complications, but only in few cases. It means minimal cases. Then disease, what is concerning the researchers and the Union Health Ministry is that disease this time around has some atypical presentation, that it is not same as before. That red tomato rashes were traditionally restricted to only mouth, that is tongue, gums and inside of the cheeks. That earlier it was only restricted to the mouth and soles, but now what doctors are reporting is rashes on the buttocks and a shedding of nails. So even if the nails get shed, though there are rashes which the doctors are now reporting. It means the intensity of the virus has increased. It has not limited like previous times. Now look at this table. It talks about tomato flu and COVID-19. So if you will look at the incubation or isolation period in tomato flu, it is 5 to 7 days, while in COVID, as we all know, it was around 7 to 14 days. Now about the contagious, tomato flu is less contagious as compared to the COVID-19. Then response to children, tomato flu is mainly targeting the children who are below the age of 5, while COVID-19 was infecting people of all the age group. Now let's talk about the treatment. Then the drugs which are used to fight chikungunya or dengue are the same drugs which are also used in tomato flu. While in case of COVID-19, many vaccines have also come up like Covishield and Covaxin. Now let's talk about the complications. Then in tomato flu, it is seen that even though it is becoming serious and people are getting very big blisters and the rashes are becoming big, but they are not till now we have not seen that it is life threatening to a very large scale, but on the other hand we have seen that COVID-19 has taken life of lakhs and lakhs of people around the world. So now let's talk about the treatment, that what is the present treatment in the market that can help us in recovering from the tomato flu or the tomato fever. That is, the tomato flu is a self-limiting flu and there is no specific drug or vaccine. Only for tomato flu, till now there is no specific drug or vaccine in the market, but treatment is similar to the treatment of chikungunya, dengue and hand, foot and mouth disease, because they are almost similar in nature. And then the patients are also advised to isolate themselves, take proper rest and take proper fluid, and then hot water sponge for the relief of irritation and rashes. Now let's talk about the preventive measures that can be taken to prevent the spread of tomato flu or tomato fever. That is, a person is advised or the child is advised to remain in isolation for 5 to 7 days after the onset of the symptoms, and then the children can be educated by their parents or in school about the tomato virus. Then it is advised that children should not hug or touch other children with fever or rashes. That person who is already infected with the tomato flu should not get in touch with other children. Then maintain proper hygiene, stop thumb or finger sucking and use a handkerchief for a running nose. Then again, isolation, and their utensils should not be used by other people. Clothing should be different and separated. Bedding must be regularly sanitized. Then a person should remain hydrated all the time, else it can also cause weakness in a person. And the blisters must be cleaned using warm water, as blisters can be really painful for a child. So using the warm water can help them reduce the irritation. Look at this question. You do not have to answer this one. I am just giving you an example to show you that how the questions are asked by the UPSC in exams related to the virus. And this question came in 2017 UPSC, and this was regarding the Zika virus. So the question states, consider the following statement. There are two statements. First one says that in tropical regions, Zika virus disease is transmitted by the same mosquito that transmits dengue. So, who transmits dengue? Are they both the same? Then second becomes, sexual transmission of Zika virus disease is possible. So I hope that you people are reading about or are looking into the previous year questions, because after looking at the previous year questions, then only you will be able to know that how the UPSC is asking or what is the demand of the UPSC that they want you to know. So looking at this question, so the options are, you need 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2, and the correct answer was both 1 and 2. Now let's look at the prelims MCQ that you people need to tell me in the comment section, and I'm sure you will be able to tell me because we have discussed this in the slide. Consider the following statement. First, tomato flu cases are mainly caused by Coxsackie virus A6 and A16, and second statement says that tomato flu is self-limiting. So you need to tell me the correct answer, and the codes are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. You should be able to answer this one. Now coming to the last aspect of today's video, that is the mains practice question. I've given you a straightforward one, so try to do your answer writing practice. That why the tomato flu is in news nowadays, and write about its cause, transmission, prevention and treatment in detail. So this is a 10 marker question, and you need to talk about first the cause, second is transmission, third is prevention, and fourth is the treatment. So by writing this question, you will be thorough with your concept of tomato flu or tomato fever. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.